A frostbitten feast at tasty hotpot, Cupertino. As told by a snowman who begins as an angry Scrooge and ends as a sparkling fairy of joy. At first, I waddled into tasty hotpot with the emotional warmth of a January blizzard, icy, grumpy, and fully prepared to melt in disappointment. Bah, hotpot, I muttered, frost crystals shaking off my twig arms. Probably too warm, too cheery, too steamy. I shot suspicious glances at every bubbling pot like someone had insulted my snow ancestry. I started with the vegetable order, 6.5 out of 10. Fresh. Yes. Crisp enough that even a snowman could appreciate the snap. But the selection wasn't very large. I've seen bigger harvests in suburban backyard gardens. And then the broth, oh, that broth. More artificially flavored than naturally soulful, like it had studied for an exam and only memorized the summary notes. But then, they let me switch broths. A miracle. A twinkle of hope. And suddenly the veggies rose to a 7.5, lifted by a more fitting cauldron of warmth. Even my frosty heart thawed a millimeter. Next came the tomato fish fillet, 7.3 out of 10. At first, I scowled at it with the gruffness of a snow miser who hasn't had his morning ice chips. HMMPH. Let's see if you're worth melting over. But the tender fish and tangy tomato sweetness teamed up to tackle my bad mood like a pair of culinary superheroes. I felt a strange sensation. Cheerfulness? Light? Sparkles? And that's when it happened. I transformed. No longer the bitter, slushy Scrooge of winter. Oh no, I became a gleaming snowball with wings made of frost lace, drifting above the table sprinkling sparkly approval. By the end, I was giggling, in a chiming icicle sort of way, twirling over the bubbling pot, blessing each ingredient like, "May your broth be ever flavorful and your veggies always crisp." Tasty hotpot in Cupertino may not have the deepest, most natural broths, nor the widest ingredient selection. But the freshness, warmth, and occasional surprise spark of flavor just might melt even the frostiest diner into pure, shimmering joy.